What's the ones that people think they've reached the pinnacle of their career in this sort of field?
I want to say, I'm kind of lucky to be in a place that is one of those. So
San Francisco Ballet, it's one of the oldest, I think, 1930s.
1933. That's the one thing I Googled. I was like, okay, 1933, and New York City Ballet was like 1948.
Yeah, so it was later.
So we are actually
American theater ballets later as well.
Yeah.
Of course, Paris is 1600 something.
We're nascent compared. But I think that I grew up watching these videos of Baryshnikov and Ethan Stiefel and Marcelo Gomez. There's like a million different people that I grew up watching that I aspired to be. None of them really were, it wasn't really about the company they were in, it was more about the dancing that I was seeing. Although Paris Opera and Royal Ballet.
Other than San Francisco, you think probably Paris is sort of very desirable, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
London.
Yeah. When I was 12, I went to London and we were on a trip, and just like on a kind of whim, my parents were like, do you want to go to the Royal Ballet School? And then they contacted Royal Ballet and I was able to audition and they accepted me. And so there was a moment where I contemplated before going to high school, maybe I move to London, maybe I do that. But as much as I know people from there now and have danced with them, have worked with them, love them to death, the vibe was just a little bit less inviting, I'd say. I mean, a boarding arts school is like a big warm hug in like a knit sweater, and you're gonna learn how to knit that sweater. Like that's a boarding arts school with multiple facets. And just a pure ballet school is so intimidating. Seeing these people that were pulled from school like footballers are pulled from here. There's an aspect in Europe that is actually looking at the career and bolstering the art by bringing in good talent, and so there's much more of a legacy there.
There's an analogy in sports as well, I think. China started winning all these Olympic medals because there are people going around these cities and towns around China picking kids who are like 9, 10 or even earlier. Hey, these are Olympic hopefuls, and they put them in an Olympic training facility, and that's for their life is the next whatever years, 10, 15 years of their life.
I did a competition. The only competition I did was in 2007, and it was the first time in Beijing that they had a ballet competition. It's still going now, but it was the first year, and it was absolutely terrifying to go to a place to see how hard those kids were working. And I don't know if they had an option to do it, but like I now dance with a lot of people that are from China or had grown up there, and they are just like absolutely the best technicians I've seen.